What about bumpers? Crap.
What about suspension?
What about the bed rack?
What about the bullet point mounting solution stuff? What all do we have?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Today we are in the garage and we are finally giving you a walk around of Nemesis and OTIS. We thought it'd be cool. We've actually had a lot of questions of various different things on these rigs, so we thought we'd do a little walk around for you guys, give you a little more in depth on all the shenanigans we got going on them, inside, outside. So yeah, follow along. All right, so we're gonna start on Nemesis first. Nemesis is a 2020 Gladiator. Got her 3 years ago, I think. She was completely bone stock when I picked her up, so it's just been fun to build from there. We'll start at the front. So last year I put on Gatekeeper Off-Road's new off-road bumper they came out with, their stubby bumper. This thing is wicked cool. I love the size of it. It's really awesome. I don't know what these lights are. There's some cheap brand I found online just to take up some space. Just a standard Smitty built winch. One thing that's cool, you want to bring it in here, Matthew, is Matt and I run Bleepin' winch lines. If you have ever watched Bleepin' Jeep, this is his patented winch line. You don't need any of the crazy shenanigans that go along with having a winch. It's got everything inside the winch itself. If you ever get a chance, go on Bleepin' Jeep and look up the Bleepin' winch line. It's really cool. Let's see here. Down underneath, this year we've recently redone our steering system. We went with RPM for the drag link, tie rod end, and track bar's rock crawler though. And then I got the Fox 2.0. I can't remember.
ATS
2.0 steering stabilizer. Got those from, like I said, RPM. It's really good deal, and definitely after having the lift and everything we go through, if you haven't done up your steering yet, that's definitely something you should really get into. So look at RPM for that. They're really awesome. None of this is sponsored, by the way, too. We aren't sponsored by anybody. This is just stuff we like, stuff we've tested, and we're just showing you guys what we have. We're not sponsored by anybody. No one's paying us to do any of this. So it'd be awesome. Don't get me wrong. But we're not sponsored. We're just, like I said, this is just stuff that we've put on. We've tested. If you like it, go for it. That's awesome. I mean, we've shown you how it works. If you've watched our videos, you've seen this stuff in action. So it works. So look into it. Running 40-inch tires, 40, 13, 5, 17s on Vision Manx speed locks. I've always loved this style wheel. It's, in my opinion, one of the prettiest speed lock wheels out there, but they are super cool, and it's just a lot nicer having a bead lock. That way when we air down to 6 to 8 psi, we don't have to worry about the bead coming off. The lift kit originally started as a rough country 3.5-inch lift. It is not rough country anymore all the way around. The springs are from rough country, and that's all that's left from them. There we got a 1/2-inch. Is that what we put in, 1/2-inch spacers?
I got 3/4 in mine.
Okay, so that's what 3/4-inch spacers for the springs. About a year after we did our lifts and whatnot, The rake dropped the front end and the rear end just a little bit, so we put spacers underneath the springs just to put them back to where they're supposed to be, so they're roughly 3.5 to 3.75 inch lift on the front. Recently just upgraded to these Fox shocks, the ones from Rough Country. They did very well for me, but last month I just felt a really big difference in the ride quality, and when I took the Rough Country ones out and compressed them, they didn't come back out. They were completely blown and done for. So new Fox, I can't remember. I'll look these up and I'll stitch them in for you guys on which ones they are, but they're 3.5 to 5.5 inch travel. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, they'll be right here if I can think about it. Moving on to control arms, upgraded to RPM's mid-arm control arms, front and rear. That's been great for travel and for durability. It's a lot nicer having that stuff than the stock ones on there, since we're bouncing off rocks and everything. Plus, they're just better all the way around. Well, I mean, I guess if you look at the rock rail, it's nothing special. It's just it's an off-brand Ruby rail. I had bigger ones on there, and I didn't really like how big and bulky they were. I wanted something a little bit more slimming to them. But again, back to the rear, 40-inch tire. Same thing back here with the Fox shocks and the RPM control arms. Super cool, super sleek. I like a lot how the silver matches the silver of the Jeep, so it's really cool. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you on the front. So Nemesis Industries is what the inner fenders are. And the cool thing about them is they've imprint their logo on these. And the main 100% reason is obviously Nemesis. That's the Jeep's name, so I thought it'd be really cool to have Nemesis in there. Moving on to the back. So if you're a Gladiator owner and you haven't gotten these support brackets for your end links, yes, for the end links, I'm going to take you under here and show you. On the back side of these end links, you can't really see it really well. These are very small and flimsy, and they will crack and separate, and you'll completely lose the bolt out of those end links. So if you haven't upgraded to, I know I have Metacloak, Matt has Evo. These just add more support to the end links for when you're flexing in the rear. One interesting thing I've done to Nemesis is I've done a half bob, if that's what you want to call it. I've taken the chunk out of the bottom here of the bed, brought it up to where the frame rail runs, taken the bumper off, and done the same cut back here. I don't run a bumper, I don't run the hitch anymore. Took all that out to give me, well, I think we added it up, it's probably about 6 inches of clearance in the back. It's not perfect. It'd be nice to have a bob bed to get rid of all of this, but for now, that's really helped out a lot, except here, you can see.
A bite from the Good Evening Ranch.
We found, actually, that's a funny story. That's Good Evening Ranch, and if you've seen videos and ever wondered what this is, that is also Good Evening Ranch, unfortunately. I really wish I had a very cool story to tell you guys about it, that, we were climbing up this hill, I lost traction, backed into a rock. No, we made a wrong turn at the Good Evening Ranch, and we were just backing up, and I was looking to where we needed to go, and I hit a tree. That's it. I smacked a tree.
The trees jump right out in front of you.
They grow.
Or behind you.
Instantly.
Yes.
At Good Evening. So if you ever go to the Good Evening Ranch, watch out for the trees, because they pop up. No, not really. The tree's probably about this big, everybody. It was massive. Massive tree. And I just backed into it. There's no cool story about it. I just wasn't watching where I was going. But it looks cool. I got my Band-Aids on there. It's still functional. So I'm not going to replace it. It's fine. It gives it a rugged look, and it's a funny story to everyone who was around at the time. Let's see here. Underneath, from what you can't see, you saw our video a couple weeks ago. We installed the skid plates on Matthew's Jeep Otis. Nemesis already had them on there. They are beat up a little bit underneath. If you haven't done that yet, it's not a necessity, but it definitely...
Preventative.
It's preventative, and it just gives you peace of mind when you're going out on the trail. If you smack something with your diff, you're not going to lose a whole bunch of oil. We've heard horror stories about people going around and destroying diffs, just going over a rock, not doing anything crazy. So it's just nice to have that. In the bed, we have a off-road jack. We actually just got this last week. I made this mount to fit in the bed. Just welded some metal brackets together and then put rib nuts in the bed with screws. That way, if for some reason I ever need a little bit more room, we can take that out, unbolt this, take it out. But that's just for, again, peace of mind while we're out on the trail. You never know what's going to happen. I got this jack, I got a high lift jack, and I got 2 small bottle jacks. We've used them, not a whole lot, but in my opinion, it's better to have them than not. Swing toolbox. We'll get my boots out of the way. Swing toolbox in the back. This is most of all the tools that I have are in here. It's not very well organized, but it is very convenient to have it because you can just pull on a lever and swing it out. As you can see, we have not cleaned out our beds from the trails. There's mud, there's sticks, there's leaves.
We've got everything.
It's functional, though.
Yes.
The box in the back was just a hand-me-down box. I actually don't even remember where I got that from, but it works. But that's where the rest of the tools I have go. Recovery stuff goes in that box. Right now, a lot of it is in the back seat, just because this time of year, depending on how nasty it is outside, it's just easier to have a lot of this stuff right here. But in warmer weather, if the doors are off or anything like that, then most of this stuff I have here in the back seat will go back into the box. Just that way it's back there, it's locked up, because I like to have the doors off, and I don't want all this stuff out and about, because you can't trust anyone anymore. Weird. But yeah, actually in the back seat, if you want to get a little shot of that, I took the back seat out, or one of the back seats out, to give us a little bit more space to have some tools and whatnot back there. I do have a small kiddo, so there does have to be one back seat left in there. But whenever she is grown up and gone, then we'll take the whole back seat out and convert the whole back seat to storage. One of these days. We kind of like her. Back to underneath, though, of what you can't see. Last year, I upgraded the gears. Went with Revolution gear and axle to 538s front and rear, and Eaton E-lockers front and rear, and that was a game changer for sure. They're awesome. I got nothing bad to say about Revolution. If you haven't dealt with Revolution and you're looking for gears and lockers, again, this is not sponsored. We're not partnering with them at all. This is just my opinion. Look at them. They are awesome. That's a veteran-owned company. They're making their way to being one of the bigger gear companies out there. They're easy to deal with. They're awesome to deal with. So if you're looking to re-gear, check out Revolution. They're pretty cool people. To the bed rack. I know this has been a big question for a lot of people on the bed rack. It is Fishbone. It's their, I think they call it the mid-height rack. The 100% reason, obviously, why we decided to go with this one was for the tire. For anyone who has 37s or more, well, actually, no, you can still fit a 37 underneath. Anyone who's got 40-inch or more knows, obviously, the spare tire doesn't fit under there. And also, the bigger it goes, the farther down it is at the bottom. So whenever you hit something on the rear end, it's your tire that's hitting first. So to save that, that's why we decided to do that. I had the Rotopack fuel and water canister here on the side, along with the high lift jack on the other side. Worked out great. I got nothing against the setup of this. It's just, you've seen Matt and I, we are starting to get more and more aggressive in our wheeling. We want to do more and more aggressive stuff, and having a fuel can on the side of the Jeep where potentially a rock or a tree might puncture it, definitely something I don't want to go through, so I decided to move them inboard. I'd like to say, too, that I put it in there for weight distribution, but I don't think that's enough weight for this thing to matter or count. But we'll use that as an excuse, too. One thing we've been asked about now is the rear tire. How did we get the rear tire up here with a clean look, no ratchet strap or anything like that? My own design, I guess. So 2 pieces of all thread. Camera is not focusing. 2 pieces of all thread on both sides. And we just take chunks of metal plate. They're on the bottom. Let's see if I can get it to focus under there. No. We'll go this way with it. Hold tight, everybody. So underneath here is that metal plate. And then I got lock nuts on the bottom and the top side of this mount. That way it holds in place. You can take the tire off and it's still not going to go anywhere because it's being held here and up top. We did this last winter, I think.
What's that?
The mount, no,
You've had yours on there a while.
this has been 2 years now.
Yeah.
Over 2 years, I
You
think.
did mine last year.
Yeah, and we did Matthew's last year. Over 2 years, we've had this design set up. And up top, it's just being held down by flag nut. Every now and then, you just get up here, give them a little twist, make sure they're good and tight. The top bracket, I put together, I tack welded 2 of these pieces together just to strengthen it up a little bit. And then, of course, we got a little bike chain, lockable bike chain, just for kicks and giggles, I guess.
Keep the honest people honest.
Yeah, keep the honest people honest. But that works great. There is a little bit of maneuverability on it, but it has been through everything we've ever put it through.
And came out on top.
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't move. It doesn't go
literally
anywhere. It's got a little wiggle room, but most of that is in the whole bed itself. If you do like that idea, want a little more detail on it, you can get a hold of us on our TikTok or Instagram, and we'll see if we can find like part numbers, because I think most of it got at Lowe's, and we'll give you the all thread sizes and nuts and whatnot. But it gives it a clean look, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
It works. We couldn't really find anything.
We've wheeled some pretty hard spots, and I mean, they've held up like amazing.
Yeah, they've bounced everywhere. They've traveled thousands of miles.
Mm-hmm.
It's holding strong. I think one of my all thread has a little bit of a bend in it, but that's because when I measured it, I didn't have it perfect, so I had to bend it out just a little bit, but that's the only reason why there's a bend in it. Moving on, trash bags. If you do not have a trash bag, get yourself one. Pick up all your trash, people. Pick up your trash.
Pick up your trash.
Pack it in, pack it out.
And pick up others' trash.
Yeah.
We got to keep the trails open.
Yeah. And you know who you are. Keeping your trash on the trail, you nasty fresh. But it's so easy, guys. We're out there. Most of it is public land where we can be out there without, well, especially a lot of wheeling we do in West Virginia. It's a lot of trails we do is public land.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen this at Hatfield, McCoy. That's not. But either way, if you're wheeling somewhere, don't be an animal.
Yeah.
This is something fun for everybody. Everybody works. Everyone has crappy weeks. And most of the time, most of us are just going out on the weekend to have a good time. And if you keep trashing up the trails,
we're not going to have it to go to.
We're not going to have anything to go to. So pick up your trash, please. Get yourself a trail trash bag or just a Walmart trash bag. Something.
Yeah.
A Walmart bag. Pick up your trash.
Don't
take
it
it out
with
there.
you.
We're not children. Let's see. Moving on to... See, I think I covered most of that. I'm actually wanting to paint this silver to kind of match the offset silver. That may be happening soon. I did pick up the paint for it, so we'll see what that does there. Like I said, I did take that back seat out.
Got your fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher, yes. On to the front. We have... Oh, let me get that out of the way. That doesn't need to be there. So, in cab.
I have to get that to you.
Yeah, I'll take that in cab. So, driver's seat, I got, and again, what I'm getting ready to say, we are not sponsored, we are not partnered. Bullet point mounting for all my electronics. I got the mount here for my walkie. As you can see, you're right against my face right now. It is perfect height and placement to have that. Phone will usually go here, and then here I have my tablet mount for trail maps. He was using my phone for a very long time, but using my phone for filming plus maps, it just it wasn't working right, so I got this mount for the tablet, plus big screen for the trail maps, which we use Onyx for mostly. And of course, my wife's, when she's with us, she'll put her phone there. There's the switch panel I have for the lockers, the steering lights, what rock lights I have left. Another funny story we'll get into. Front lights, cargo lights, all that. Nothing crazy, but we got storage here. I keep my winch thingy there. Words. Can't use words this morning, people. Ugh. And another cool thing that I've done, we can't put a lot of these on camera real quick, so we're just going to do this so you can't actually read them. Put a lot of stickers. Some of them are very inappropriate for YouTube. We'll get flagged for that probably. But everyone that has any kind of Jeep knows that it's just bare and ugly up top, so I've been slapping a whole bunch of stickers on there for eons now. In terms of fenders, or lack thereof fenders, I had DV8's flat, no, was it fender? I think it's fender delete kit is what they call it. Had those on there for a good while. When we went up to 40s, the tires just kept getting into the fender more and more and more. So cut them down, cut the actual fender of the Jeep down for more clearance. And actually, I think it's just about with every aftermarket fender. Most of them come with these rib nuts that get screwed in. They're great. They're good for what they do, but they've been beat so much I kept losing bolts. A lot of these rib nuts kept backing out. The hole would expand more. So right now, I just took them off, and I'm just running it bare without them. I don't care either way. It looks rugged. I like it. I might put them back on later on. I might not. We shall see. I don't know. But I like it like this. Like I said, Matt and I both, we cut, oh, shoot. It's probably
a lot.
Probably about that much.
Mm-hmm.
We've cut out here, and then we've cut out here just to give us more clearance. We did this before we ever started YouTube, so if we ever come across a friend with a Gladiator that wants to do the same thing, we'll film that and kind of give you a better idea. Because we're not mechanics. We're not professional mechanics. You get me alone with a grinder, I'm going to cut something up. We're going to make it work. And we made it work. It works. Whether it was the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do, I don't know. It works for us, and it gave us a lot more clearance, especially when we're flexed out. We used to rub the snot out of the tires here. Once we cut that back, cut a little bit of the inner fender out, now it tucks up without really touching a whole lot. I still catch on the edge there, but nothing too serious. But my problem with that is I'm also cheating. Spoiler alert for anyone. I'm cheating with my springs. I never put bump stops in. There's going to be people out there that say you probably shouldn't. There's going to be people out there who probably laugh at it. I don't care. I didn't put in there, one, because when I was doing the lift, I think I did it by myself, so I didn't want to mess around with doing it, so I just left it out to begin with. But I left them out. Gives me a little bit more travel upwards. I like it. Doesn't bother me. A funny little thing. This little guy, these are my turn signals. They're being held on by zip ties and zip tied all the way back through here. When you take out the original fenders, the DV8 ones that I had, they came with them. But when I was taking them off originally to trim them down, I cut the wiring, and it was very, very thin wiring. So this is just, I think these are side marker lights from O'Reilly's, maybe some auto parts store. It works though. It works. Let's see here. What else am I missing, Matthew?
You got a few other skid plates up here on the front.
Oh, I do have some skid plates, yes. Other skid plates up front, along with the front diff cover, lower control arm ones. Eventually, I would like to get the control arm ones for the back as well, along with the shock mounts too. And I think they make the front. What I'm running into now is the lower front control arm mount. I'm digging into a lot of rock and stuff on some obstacles we're getting into, so that's something we can amend later on. But yeah, those have been a lifesaver on various things. We don't run skid plates here.
Gatekeeper lights.
Oh, yes. One of the very cool things. I'm going to kick those on real quick. That might blind you all, so be ready. You've seen those many times. We run them pretty much all the time. Gatekeeper steerable knuckle mounts. They get bolted to the knuckle, and then so when you turn left and right, this light stays exactly with your tire. So if you were to turn your headlights off, everywhere you turn, you're going to have light going to. It's a good fog light replacement, or it's just another nice light to have. They're super bright, but they're low enough. They're not going to cause any problems on the main road, so you can run them on the main road.
Yours are diode dynamics, right?
I think they're diode dynamics. I know, again, not sponsored, not partnered, anything. We genuinely really love Gatekeeper. They do have a handful of different options of various different lights. You obviously don't want anything bigger than like an inch light down there. You don't want something like this under there because it's not going to fit. But yeah, if you go to Gatekeeper Off-Road, they have the mounts, and they've started making the mounts for a lot more other vehicles. From I think just about every Jeep. There's Toyotas, Chevys. I think they've gotten into side-by-sides. So check them out, and online too. When they'll have, I think now they have 4 or 5. Don't quote me on it. 4 or 5 various different pod lights you can put on them. Yep. They're super cool, and it's a neat little thing to have. Like I said, when you're on the trail, you don't have to have your headlights on. You can have those on. That's just enough lights for someone to see behind you or in front of you, especially during the daytime. And another thing, we have JKS sway bar disconnects. For when we're on the trails, we disconnect them, zip tie them up various different ways. Normally, before you install aftermarket inner fenders, there are mounts that bolt up in here, but where they bolt to would actually be behind most aftermarket plates. So a lot of the times you can't really use them. But if you're off-roading like us, you have bags and bags of zip ties. So you just take that off, zip tie the bottom end to here, bring it up, zip tie it up high. That way it's up out of the way, and it works. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, but it works. Let's see here. What else can we talk about, Matthew?
I don't know.
I think I'm covering most of everything. If y'all have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. We'll get to them as soon as we can if you have anything else. But yeah, this is Nemesis. She's my pride and joy. I've loved everything. I love everything about her. It's been just awesome building her up from where she was. If I remember, I'll also stitch in the first photo I ever took of her when I picked her up. It was hilarious on how much she's grown since then.
And on a side note, it never ends. So
yeah,
Nemesis will continue to get bigger and better. And
yeah, long-term goals. I want to cage everything. I want this gone. I want full half doors, full time. I want interior cage, and I want an exo cage. I know who I'm going to go to. If you haven't looked up Beck Fab, I want to take it to him one of these days and have him do it. It's very expensive, but it's very worth it. So one of these days we'll get to it, but caging this thing is definitely on the list of things to do. Powered plant would be another great thing. That's another expensive thing. That's about where the crap part is, where Matt and I are getting to. We're to the point now to where everything is so expensive. We have done every cheap thing that we can do. We're out of options. That is another thing with Nemesis. Most of everything that you've seen on here, other than the more recent upgrades, when I first started it, I wanted to build it on a budget. So anything that I bought was either on sale, an open box, a clearance item, used, anything. If I could get a deal on it, that's where it came from. Now, obviously, the newer set of tires, the RPM stuff, the Gatekeeper, that's when I started spoiling myself a little bit. But like the bed rack, it was missing bolts, so I got it for a good deal. The original lift kit was missing some bolts, so I got a deal on that. Handful of other things that I've gotten were on sale, were discounted items, discontinued items. So that was cool trying to get to that point. But yeah, we are way past that point now. Everything now that we want to do, cage, power,
axles.
We want to upgrade to Dana 60s at some point in time. That's going to be crazy. I want to do long travel coilovers or ORIs one day. That'd be cool. Twin stick transfer box. Atlas. If anyone's got a free Atlas that can fit on a Gladiator, please let me know. That'd be awesome. Because everyone knows with the lengths of these things, sometimes doing a front dig around a corner would be a hell of a lot easier than the Gladiator shuffle that we do. Let's see here. We may, at some point in time, there are a few different forums and pictures out there of people doing their own bob beds. I've seen many people take Gladiator stock beds and do a bob on them. I can weld-ish. I'm not a pro. I'm self-taught, and anything that I've done welding is just small stuff. So I don't know how confident I am of doing it myself. If we get bored on a cold Saturday, we may have a video come out. I don't know yet. We'll see. But bob beds are definitely something that we want to do. They're so damn long, these things. They're great. I wouldn't want to wheel anything else, but taking this chunk out would be awesome. So if you know of anyone or have a video or anything, please let us know down in the comments if there is a video out there, because I can't find a video on a stock bed being chopped down. I can see the before and after videos, but there is no video out there of people doing the measurements, cutting it, welding it on everything. So if you're watching, you got a video out there or know of a video, please let us know. We're very curious because we like Moto Built. We love Moto Built, but holy is Moto Built proud of their bob beds. One day we may be able to afford one, but it's not on the list right now. I'll keep beating up the rear end of this thing if I have to.
Or if Moto Built wants to sponsor us.
Or, hey, Moto Built, we love you guys, and I will run everything that you have. No, in all honesty, if you guys have any other questions on Nemesis, let me know. I think that's the bulk of everything around her. She's just a ton of fun, and for some reason, I like beating the snot out of her.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. No, I'm not purposely looking to tear it up. But if it was cleaner and the lighting was better, there is nothing but trail rash all the way up and down this thing. There's dents all in the doors and whatnot. I'm not looking to beat it up, but hopefully this year I am hoping to have a few more body damage moments. Something cooler than running into the back of a tree. That'd be cool. But no, it gives it character. Yeah, let's move on to Otis.
Hey guys. Okay, I'm going to give you a walk around of Otis. We just did Nemesis. A lot of my stuff is the same as Zech's because between the two of us, we figured out things that work for us, and we like to keep up with each other on the trail. I guess I'll just go ahead and start right here on the front. I've got and I built a lot of mine on the budget also. So this is a 12,000 pound Smitty built XTO winch that I purchased off of Zech.
Off me. It was off another Jeep I had.
Yeah.
We were selling it and getting rid of it, so I just wanted to take parts off of it. And this was pretty much a brand new winch.
Exactly. And it served me well. I got the bleeping winch line.
Yeah.
Exactly like Zech's.
Yeah, it was actually called something else.
Yeah. But it's no longer called that.
If you know anything about bleeping Jeep, he's got videos out there on that. So we're going to cover the old name of it because it was ridiculous of the people who were causing issues for him. But it's the bleeping winch line. Check it out.
And my bumper is Fishbone. It's I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's a Fishbone stubby. I got a really good deal on it. It was on sale. That's why I have it. It's a good solid bumper. The finish is great on it. I've hit rocks with it and everything else, and it's holding up well. And of course, those are just Amazon specials. They're nothing awesome.
Work.
Yeah, they work. We use them.
We'll hook something up to it, and it pulls it, and it doesn't break or bend.
Just want to continue on underneath here.
Yeah.
Okay, going. While we're down here, I've got the RPM 2.5 ton steering, just like Zech. Right now, I just have a cheap Falcon through stabilizer. I'm going to get a little better one to hook up to the tie rod.
That's what he had on his original setup. We didn't realize it at the time talking to RPM that they were he mentioned to them that he had a Falcon stabilizer. They thought he had the one that's above this one. I can't remember this number or the number.
This
that,
is a 1.1, I believe, and the
Yeah, so-
2.2, I believe, is the one that I need.
We didn't go in discussion far with him, but that's what they were thinking he had. So we didn't have the proper hardware to mount this up properly. So it's hooked up and it works great the way it is, but definitely gonna upgrade it at some point in time.
And the track bar is JKS. It came with my, which we'll explain here in a few minutes, my JKS lift kit. We've got the metal cloak diff skid that you guys watched Zach and I put on. Of course, JKS disconnects.
Yep. Excellent.
You got the gatekeeper lights. Mine, I can turn mine on. Mine do 3 different colors. They're just, the lights on mine are actually gatekeeper lights. So you can do multiple colors on it.
Yeah, I just went with boring one solid color. Like I actually
Mine are a little cheaper than Zech's, but they work great.
I like these ones better though. I like the way they look. I like the different color stages they have, and yeah, it's just a cool thing to have those steering lights.
All right, I guess we'll just move on to the tires and wheel setup. I'm running 40 by 13, 50, 17, Mickey Thompson, Baja Boss MTs, just like Zech. The wheels are KMC Grenade Crawls. I purchased those last year at Jeep Invasion. Very happy with them. They do great. We can run really low air pressure, like Zech said, and it serves us well. And I can't say enough about that tire. That tire grips in all conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, it does anything and everything we ask of it.
I guess I didn't say that when we were doing mine on what the tires were, but yeah, they are the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss.
They're the DOT. They're not the sticky.
Yeah, they are DOTs. They're not stickies, obviously.
Yeah.
But Mickey Thompson is just
amazing.
We got nothing bad to say about this tire.
No.
It is.
They ride great.
Awesome.
They, for us driving to trailheads and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is great.
And I mean, these probably have, what do we have on them? Probably 4,000 or 5,000 miles.
5,000 miles on them.
Yeah.
Barely worn in.
Exactly.
We are pretty much sold on these. I think Nemesis has had, that's the 6th set of tires I've put on it. And that's just from upgrading sizes to trying different brands and winner chicken dinner.
Yeah.
To the Mickey Thompson.
Exactly.
Again, not sponsored, not partnered, nothing. This is just the brand we prefer, we love, and if you are looking for a tire, they are more on the expensive side, but they are worth it for on-road, off-road, quality, everything all the way around it. Look into the Baja Boss.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll move on to the lift kit. The lift kit is a 3.5-inch JKS J control. It's just got, of course, I have the bumps in mine. I put those in when we did the, it's just got the standard JKS shocks for now. That's what I'm running with it. I haven't did control arms yet. I need to do those, but it's, it works all right for the time being.
Yeah, you have the brackets here.
Yeah,
right?
I do have control arm drop brackets on it, so it improves my steering. This thing steers great. It steers better than it did factory.
Yeah.
With 40s.
And again, that's not saying anything bad against Jeep's stock parts.
No.
Hell, we've put these things through so much with stock parts on them, and the stock parts are still holding up.
Exactly.
We're upgrading because we know we're going to get more and more, and eventually those parts aren't going to last us. But for what they are now, they
exactly.
don't feel like you got to be in a rush to upgrade your stuff.
Well, I mean, that's case in point right there. I'm still running the factory control arms.
Yeah.
So, is it optimal? No, but I mean, for what we do.
Yeah.
But it works for now.
Yeah, like you've seen, we wheel together. That's all. Whenever we wheel, we don't wheel without each other, and we're both going the same places. So it still works.
And while we're on that subject, I do not have gears and lockers yet.
Right.
I'm still running factory 410 gears. This Otis started his life out as a Sport S max toe, so the axles are they're basically the same as the Rubicon without the locker. They're just what are they, like 2 inches wider
I think
than?
it's 2.5 inches wider.
Yeah,
Don't quote us on that, but I
no,
think if we measured out the difference between the two, it ended up being like a 2 inch,
exactly.
2 inch ish
Yeah.
difference between the width of the axles.
Which it makes a difference on the trail sometimes because
Yeah.
Zech can get through places that I can't get through.
Yeah, it's surprising what
Yeah.
it's surprising what 2 inches can do.
And I mean, also his wheels are negative 44 offset.
Yes.
These are negative 38.
Yeah, I guess we should have said that.
Yeah.
Negative 44 offset and negative 38 offset. Which is funny because yours look deeper than mine. But
Yeah.
that's to
It
the
must just be how they.
that comes down to the backspace. Well, obviously
Exactly.
we can't see in there. That's the backspacing on
Exactly.
itself.
But and then I guess we'll go ahead and move on to the fenders. The fenders are KDB body kits. They're the plastic, whatever you want to call them.
Mhm.
And I mean, they seem like a very durable fender. I mean, when Zech and I have stacked, we put his tire on it and it flexed down and popped right back out. So it wasn't any big deal. The inner fenders are moto built aluminum. And as you can see, I've cut them like Zech was talking about. I actually cut the KBDs also to give us that extra clearance. On regular driving, it cleared fine with a 3.5-inch lift. But with the places that we go, you know, we needed the extra flex.
Yeah.
So, and you've seen our Jeeps flex on the trails. I mean, you know, it's pretty optimal. Go ahead and move on to the rock rail. These are just a factory set of Ruby rails that a friend welded the extra on, and they're very, very durable.
Yep.
As you can see, they've had some rock crash there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've held up
Yeah.
great.
I mean, I've set them right down on a rock, and it's held them.
Yep.
The whole Jeep's weight on it. All right, well, we'll just move on to the back. I've got Motobuilt inners back here also. Like I said, we're big fans of Motobuilt. Like Zech was saying, he's got the metal cloak. What are those things called?
They're
Inlink.
in-link support brackets.
Yeah.
I'll stitch it in here
Yeah.
somewhere on what the name. We're having issues this morning.
Yeah.
Thinking of words, so we'll stitch in what they actually are.
And
Yeah,
I bought the Evo ones. I mean, not that either one's any different than the other.
Yeah.
You know, I went with Evo.
It just adds extra support because the stock bracket here, it's super thin. And like I said, if you have a Gladiator, look at those right now. Go check it out because on the bottom part, like I said, it's where it splits. Once it splits, that nut on the back comes loose and you'll lose the bolt eventually. It'll just keep wallering itself out by moving around. So check into that and give that a little bit more support.
If you wheel at all, definitely check it.
Yeah.
And it's just got metal cloak end links back here.
Yep.
I just upgraded those because I broke one of my other ones.
From the massive flex.
No, from my stupidity, probably. All right, we'll move up to the rack. Mine's pretty much the same as Zech's. The tire setup's the same. I've got traction boards on here, but we've never used them. My wife won them in a thing, and I just put them on there just in case we ever needed them.
Yeah.
So
They're still fresh.
yeah, they're Max Tracks. So
Don't know if we'll
if we ever
use
have
them.
to, we'll have them.
Yeah, we'll have them if we need them.
We try to come prepared.
But yeah, same setup up here for Matt. The bike lock for extra security. Like I said, this all thread. See, look, even now they can go just a hair turn.
Yeah, I hadn't turned them in a little bit, so.
But like I said, it's just, you can still see it still gets a little bend to it, but that's just forming to the wheel because the wheel's just an awkward shape. But they, yeah, this setup is just, for some reason, it works.
It works great. I've just got it's very similar to Zech's. I've got a toolbox up in there. All my tools are up there. I do not have one back here yet. So it's a pain in the neck to crawl up there and get tools out. But when you're an old man like me, and of course, I've got Otis on the tailgate here that my buddy Zech got me.
Yeah, if you're ever looking into this, again, not partnered, not sponsored, but look
Yep.
into Gladius Off-Road. This dude is awesome with his 3D printing. He can make just about any nameplate for the back of these things, and they, like I said, they are durable.
Yes, very durable.
They went through a tree, and it still sticks. I had to put a little bit of alien tape behind one of the letters to keep it sticking fine, but they hold up great.
Yep.
Ooh, the taillights. We didn't talk about
Oh, no,
taillights.
no. Those are Rugged Ridge. And once again, that's another thing that Zech and I got on a budget
Yeah.
at a show. We got a very good deal on them because I busted one of my factory ones at Windrock, and we purchased those, and they've worked great for us.
Yeah, having the flush mount has been a big game changer because stock ones usually stick out, I'd say right about there-ish. And so taking that out and then making it flush mount, it's just one less thing you got to worry about when you're departing something or...
And that's what happened to me. I slid sideways into a rock on Trail 26 at Windrock, and it just busted the taillight.
Yeah. He's still got his stock bumper on.
Yeah.
And he's got...
It's been beat to
hitch skid.
Hades, which we've got a gatekeeper hitch skid to put on there that we haven't put on yet. So that's just a Amazon one there.
Yeah. Gatekeeper came out with a larger hitch skid that he has picked up already, so we'll have a video of us installing that. It's not that big of a deal, but it is bigger, and there are a couple more bolts.
We'll show you what it looks like when we get it done.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get there.
All right, now you guys have to bear with me. Otis is still a mess from Devil's Teacup. Still got mud inside because I have not had time to clean it between work and everything else.
And if you haven't seen that, that is right here.
Yes.
Stitch that in.
Yeah. Roll up your windows when you're off-road. All right. This is a mess back here, but I've got my air compressor. I've got, like I said, it's a mess. Air compressor, shoes. My recovery gear is all back there for right now because that's the spot I have for it. And then up here, you can go ahead and show them the mud there. I mean, there's mud everywhere.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah, including what was on my head that day. I've got my, what was this thing called?
Aux beam, or well, yours is an aux beam.
Yeah, this is a
switch panel.
Infinite off-road switch panel.
Yeah.
That I purchased to put in there, and that's what my lights are hooked up to. My lockers will eventually be hooked up to it. We've got the bullet point accessories. I got this is my Midland radio that
I'll go around
for
to that
trail
side.
use.
So way they can see the...
Yeah, it's mounted down there.
Focus you.
Zech and I are gonna hardwire it in right now. It's just plugged into the cigarette lighter. We just haven't had an opportunity to do it. A lot of the footage you guys see on the trails comes from my GoPro mount up here. I've got the magnetic mounts for bullet point. This is mine, and I got one set up over there for my wife whenever she's with me, which you guys probably see her a lot on there, and you just hear bleeping continuously because she gets pretty wound up on trails. Like I said, Otis needs a good cleaning, but we wheeled so much, and between that and work, there's just not a lot of time. And actually, Zech and I have a meeting today for Off-Camber Jeep Club. So
so
we're just doing this before everybody gets here.
Yeah, today we'll be making up a list of trails and whatnot, so we'll get that out to you all eventually. So that way
we can talk about our exhaust. Our exhaust is exactly the same.
Yes, our exact exhaust. Our tuner truck exhaust.
Yes.
That is always, every vehicle I've ever owned, the exhaust is always the first modification I've ever done. I don't care what engine's in it. I don't care what kind of vehicle it is, but we run Flowmaster Outlaw. Actually, I'm going to go to the other side to see this because I can't see very well. Hold tight, everybody. So yeah, if you've noticed on our videos where we've gotten on it, you can hear it pretty darn well. It's Flowmaster Outlaw. It just ties in up there to the loop, comes back, and then it dumps right before the axle. So it saves clearance on the back end on the other side of the axle where the stock ones are usually in the way and whatnot. All that gets cut out of the way, and then it drops right before the front of the axle. So Flowmaster Outlaw is what that is. It's been pretty great. Again, not sponsored, not partnered. It's just stuff that we like.
Stuff that works.
Like I said, if you guys got any questions that you that we didn't cover or that you're curious about, let
Please
us
ask.
know. We'll either comment back or make another little video on it. Well, not like I said, we've just had a handful of people on various platforms that have reached out to us asking a couple questions, especially about the tire carrier. That's nothing specific. It's just my own design that I made up, and it works. So that's why we use it. And like I said, if you want more details on it, I'll send it your way. So you can give you some part numbers of the all thread and all that. I just got it from Lowe's. It's very simple, very cheap fix, and it just saves from having a ratchet strap, because I think that's what I first started when I put the tire up there the first
You did.
round.
I remember seeing it on there.
It was just a ratchet strap or two holding it in place, which that works fine too. I just didn't want it being held in by a ratchet strap. I wanted a little bit cleaner look. Nothing, because most of bed racks or tire carriers that go in the bed, they mount in the middle of the bed and you lose all your bed space. Now, there's not much bed space to start with anyways, but we wanted to make sure we had plenty of room left for the tools and supplies we need for when we're wheeling. So that's why we decided to have it up there. Plus, it looks cool too, right? It looks cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Nemesis and Otis. We hope you guys enjoyed that, a little bit more in-depth of these two rigs. I don't know if you guys have any other questions or anything like that. Leave them down in the comments. But yeah, that's our rigs. We love them to pieces. We hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit more in-depth of them. Like any other off-roader or Jeeper knows, it never ends.
No, it doesn't.
There's always going to be something new added to these things, something we change. But now that we have YouTube, we'll be able to show you guys the progress of that constantly. So anytime we get something new, we will be sure to film it and get it out to you guys. But yeah, if you have any other questions, leave them at the bottom. Subscribe, like, comment, all that other stuff. Let us know how we're doing. We love you guys. We hope that you're enjoying this. We hope you enjoyed this.
Yes.
We'll get a schedule out to you all soon. That way, hopefully, we can start meeting some of you all or whatnot. If you'd like to come down to where we are or up to where we are, depending on where you're at. Or if you got something going on, let us know. We'd love to travel and come see you and do whatever you got going on. We're making schedules today, actually, so we'll get that out as soon as we can. So, you got anything else today?
Can't think of anything right now. I mean,
Alright.
yeah.
All right. Well, pick up all your trash, people.
Keep your tires on the trail.
We'll see you next time.